If if Kotaku is the warm, steaming pile top part of a turd, then IGN is the cooling in the shade, I'm touching the grass bottom part of the turd. They are both, in my opinion, shit publications. Every once in a while, they'll have certain people that work for them on their team that I think are stellar. Jason Schreier comes to mind in regards to Kotaku. I feel as though a lot of the people that I used to follow back in the day in regards to IGN no longer work there. So I'm not really familiar with the people that are currently there on their staff. But every once in a while, there's a take that is so far out there, just so absurdly baffling, just so stupid in every single sense of the word that you have to take a step back, sit down, and go, how the fuck did we get here? Welcome to your Tuesday episode of the Blip. We will be talking about the Stellar Blade IGN controversy with the with this game is made by somebody who's never seen a woman a day in their lives. Controversy. Let's jump over to it because we got a lot that we're going to be working through today. So, first off the bat, IGN France scrambles to backpedal after writing off Stellar Blade protagonist Eve as a doll sexualized by someone who has never seen a woman. So for those of you who don't know, there is a video game by the name of Stellar Blade. Let's I think it's right here. No. This is Mountain Carter, isn't it? Yeah. Where's Stellar Blade? Stellar Blade's right here. For those of you who are unaware, Stellar Blade is a action RPG that has a really, really hot protagonist. Now, as you can see, the protagonist is basically wearing super skimpy clothing. To me, when I saw this, I thought Bayonetta meets Nier Automata, Nier Automata, whatever. It was Bayonetta meet Nier, and I didn't really think anything much of it. I was just like, okay, when the game comes out, oh, the game's out. Oh, we're gonna have to pick this up. Oh no, that's the demo. The demo's out. Yeah, I don't usually play demos. So I guess we'll wait till the game actually drops. But when I saw the game and I saw the skin tight suit of the character walking around, I was like, oh, okay, she's a little bit hot. Here's the thing. So recently, and I feel as though there's always some level of discourse in regards to this, which is Final Fantasy VII Retrograde. No, Retrograde was the remake of, well, it was the redo of the Final Fantasy VII Part 1 with just extra stuff. I forgot what Part 2 is essentially called. When that came out, you had shirtless Cloud, you had shirtless Barrett, you had people simping over Sephiroth. You never really hear about how men are being overly sexualized in video games, or about how this male character, like for instance, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League painstakingly makes sure that that Deadshot is buff. Everything about Deadshot is tight fitting, form fitting, and he is buff. He's shredded. And you saw a downgrade in the design of Harley, an upgrade in the design of the men. Like all the men are just these beefcakes. Boomerang is the exception, but all the men are basically walking around like jacked beefcakes, and it's an unobtainable body. Same way if you were to read a fucking comic book. You read a fucking comic book, people like Wolverine, Cyclops, Magneto, who's in his like fucking 70s and looking absolutely fucking shredded and looking like a runway model on the most latest X-Men series. All of these characters, you go online and there are not only women but also men that are essentially sexualizing these characters, that are taking time out of their day to write fanfics about these characters, that are drawing sexually explicit images of these characters. And it's interesting to me that people take time out of their day anytime a woman is drawn sexy in some way, shape, or form to basically disparage the design. Like, how dare they show a hot woman? Because hot women exist in real life. Hot men exist in real life. Average women exist in real life. Average men exist in real life. Ugly women exist in real life. ugly men exist in real life. Like real life is just this soup of so many people and so many flavors from so many lands that it's not even funny. But we're not talking about real life. We're talking about fucking video games. Video games are designed to be an escape from realism. It's an escape from how shitty your day has been. It's an escape from how fucking hard your boss has been riding you this week. It's an escape from the asshole who cut you off in traffic. It's an escape from the fact that every time you walk into a fucking supermarket, shit is a little bit more fucking expensive. Video games serve as a form of escapism. When you start taking video games and you start dialing them down so that the characters look like real people, or the mechanics that you encounter inside the game are mind-numbingly excruciating and fucking boring, you pull people out of the escapism. They don't want to play your fucking game. The reason why people dump hundreds of hours into Red Dead Redemption is because it's a rootin' tootin' cowboy shooting game. And most of the mechanics in the game are not things that can happen in real fucking life. Like well, a lot of the characters in Red Dead are based on actual cowboys that exist, but the nefarious shit that they get up to and the way in which they're able to basically escape and skirt the law isn't exactly how it would have worked for them if this was real life. You play Halo to run around as a fucking Spartan in power armor. You play Destiny to play as a fucking space wizard, disintegrating things with void light and void type magic. Like there's just this corner of the gaming sphere that these certain type of people inhabit, that I don't think they're actual gamers. What I think is that these people, for them, gaming is a job. Gaming isn't something that they can escape into and have fun with. Gaming for them is this thing that pays their bills. I write about gaming not because I love gaming, but because if I don't write about gaming or write about something that's going to get a bunch of clicks, whether those clicks are positive or whether those clicks are negative, I'm not going to be able to pay my light bill this month. Or I only work in the gaming space as somebody who's the head of a dev team, not because I like gaming, but because I have an agenda that I like to push. And the biggest space that I'm going to be able to basically either become infamous or a beloved leader is in gaming, by pissing off a bunch of gamers by changing something, or becoming endeared to buy a bunch of gamers because I changed something for the better. And it fucking sucks. And for the most part, it is absolutely fucking tiring. Because for people complaining about this, what about Dragon's Dogma 2? Dragon's Dogma 2 allows me to put a fucking dumpy, thick thighs and a fat ass on any character that I want. Man, woman, cat, doesn't matter. That's Dragon's Dogma 2. But you don't see anybody coming for Dragon's Dogma 2 because it doesn't elicit the reactional response that they are essentially looking for, which is essentially what this individual is looking for. We're going to jump down. The French arm of IGN leveled the accusation against Stellar Blade's artistic direction on March 27th as part of their interview of the South Korean character action title. Following a brief overview of the game's post-apocalyptic humanity must fight for survival premise, the outlet Ben Osola took a detour to share his protestation against Eve's sexually appealing character design. The design of the game in particular, its characters highlights an obvious bias. We're going to beat up the alien, but if we do it while pleasuring the eyes of men, that's a bonus. The game's not only for men. Like, at no point in time when the game is released, when the game is made, did it say Stellar Blade only for men. It's for gamers, for men and for women. It's for the same type of fucking people who've played every single Bayonetta, knowing that Bayonetta is fine as hell and what she's wearing isn't fucking clothes, it's hair. It's for the type of people who used to play Dead or Alive back in the day. Like, what are you talking about? What is your true issue here? Because it seems like you have an agenda, but we're gonna work towards the agenda, and the result really doesn't work. It's not new when other games have made the choice to highlight the asset of their female characters, but where Bayonetta bears an iconic character design, it's the same thing. It's a scantily clad woman in a skin-tight suit. The difference is in Stellar Blade, you're actually wearing a suit of power armor, and in Bayonetta, you're wearing hair. Or 2B for Nier Automata, who runs around in a mini skirt, mind you. Mind you, I remind you of this, that 2B runs around. So we're talking about taste, right? Hold on. We're talking about taste. I need to find one because we're talking about taste. You know what? Let's use the action figure. The action figure for 2B on Square Enix's store, right? We're talking about taste. We're talking about taste. I'd like to remind you that this individual just said it's not new, and other games have made the choice to highlight the assets of their female characters, but where Bayonetta bears an iconic character design, or 2B from Nier Automata inspired an entire generation of cosplayers. So once again, it's about taste, right? It's about taste. Like, is that what we're talking about? It's about taste. It inspired a whole generation of cosplayers to wear a jacket and just panties. No pants, no shorts, just thigh highs, ass out, cheeks out, buns out, suns out. But the issue that this person has is with a character that is wearing a skin tight suit. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of a revealing thing, but you get the exact same thing from Nier Automata. So what's like I said before, what is the true issue here? But like I said, we are going to get to that. Where is it? Stellar Blade's Eve is just boring, a doll sexualized by someone who has never seen a woman. Now, if this person had taken 5 minutes, it took me 5 minutes out of their day. So the guy who makes who's the director for Stellar Blade is Kim Hyung-tae. If you don't know who that is, there is a game that came out a few years ago by the name of Magna Carta. And by a few years ago, I mean in like my generation, when I was a teenager, when I was older. He has always had this type of overly sexualized design for his characters. Way back in Magna Carta. Skin tight suit, overly sexualized, big titties. Always been the case. He doesn't only do it for females, by the way, because the person walking up next to the female character in his original game is a dude. That is a guy. And yes, you are correct. That guy is wearing a skin tight bodysuit and a thong. Everybody in the universe that he creates is overly sexualized. Let's look at some of his art. Overly sexualized characters, overly sexualized characters. Same thing here. Same thing here. Even the men are fine. Like, everybody in his universe is fine. Everybody that he designs is fine. Skin tight suit, skin tight suit, skin tight suit. Same thing for the men. Skin tight suit for the men, skin tight suit for the female, skin tight suit for the man. Like, if you had taken 5 minutes to look into this guy's history, you would have realized just who he was. But let's jump back. Let's go here. Let's go to all. He is married to Jin Yun Che, his wife. Let's see what her Instagram looks like. He's never seen a woman, mind you. Meanwhile, he has 2 kids. 2 kids. That guy has 2 kids. His wife draws art like this. Super cutesy art. That's his wife. That's his wife. He's out there with margaritas. That's his wife. Crazy to me. Like, super, super crazy to me. Across the board, 100% super crazy to me. That you didn't take 5 seconds out of your day. Now, mind you, a doll sexualizes someone who's never seen a woman. This is the actual model for the character. The actual body model for the character in Stellar Blade. Did we take time to look it up? No. Did we take time to see if there was actually a 3D model, or if they just designed the female model from scratch? No. All we did was we snuck in our shit opinion into an article about the demo. If the game is bad, talk about the gameplay. If the story's bad, talk about the story. If the character design isn't something that's like that you enjoy, then just say that, I prefer the character design for Nier Automata, but I can see like where it might appeal to like certain people. But the fact that we took time out of our day, is wild to me. We took time out of our day to disparage a guy. To be like, oh, he's never seen a woman. He has no idea what the female body looks like. He has no idea what he's doing. Yes, we took time out of our day to disparage an artist who has designed his character like this for the last 20 years, who's actually fucking married to a woman with 2 kids, who's also a fucking artist that draws characters in also super explicit ways. We took time out of our day to take that pot shot. And you wonder why people think Kotaku and IGN are fucking clowns. You wonder why. Because nobody asked for your opinion. Not on this matter. Like, if you're going to talk about something, like I said, talk about the gameplay. Point out the differences between the gameplay of this and the gameplay of Nier and the gameplay of Bayonetta. Point out the mission structures for how missions are broken up, how levels work, how armors work, if there are microtransactions in the game. Tell me about the game. I didn't show up to an article for you to tell me about, or for you to dedicate a whole fucking paragraph or two for a hit piece against a fucking guy that you didn't take any time out of your day to look up. You didn't take any time out of your day to look him up. You didn't take any time out of your day to see what he was on. You didn't take any time out of your day to see if he's had work like this before, if he's designed his characters like this. You didn't take any time out of your day to do anything along those lines. You decided to go woke. For what? What are we doing that for? What's it for? Who's it for? It's not for the people that were interested in the fucking game. It's not for the people who want to sit down and see what the game is actually fucking about. Because now your entire article, every single thing that you wrote about, because of this one paragraph, everything you wrote about is tainted. No one else will be able to focus on anything else you spoke about in regards to this fucking game in any way, shape, or form. Because of that one paragraph, because of your decision to basically take it upon yourself to be offended for an entire other gender. I didn't see any other females coming out talking about this in like a serious fucking way. If anything, when I was on Twitter, there was a female game developer who said like the most realist shit ever. She was like, as a feminist, this is low-key offending, but as a lesbian, I'll be playing as this fucking character. That's funny as fuck. That's funny, that's top tier, that's fucking relatable. That is hilarious. But the fact that there are always people who decide to get offended for a whole group of other fucking people without doing their own research or looking to see how those other people feel about the topic that they're about to write on will never not be funny to me. It's the reason why people don't take Kotaku seriously, and it's the reason why people don't take IGN seriously. I just want gaming to go back to the way which it was in 2007, where games could come out and they can do over-the-top wild shit. Because you want to know what's funny? This exact same energy, if Bayonetta or Nier Automata came out this year, if either of those games came out this year with the way in which their characters are designed, they would still complain about it. They would complain about it today. The reason why you don't complain about it is because Nier Automata and Bayonetta came out forever ago. They came out a while ago. So there's no point in complaining about them because they're already fucking staples. They're already icons. Why can't you let this character come out and attempt to be an icon? Either the character is going to come out and they're going to be fucking fantastic and they're going to blow up and they're going to be big, or the thing is going to come out, it's going to be okay, it's not really going to attract fans, it's going to fall off, and you never fucking hear about it again. But because we want to do the Streisand and we want to throw out that effect, because you've now brought like this negative attention to the game where you're like, oh, it's a character that's overly sexualized, like a doll made by someone who's never seen or touched a woman. What are you insinuating about this man? And for what reason? And then changing their insinuation description of Eve from a doll sexualized by someone who has never seen a woman to a doll sexualized by somebody who you would think has never seen a woman. That doesn't change anything. You've already done the damage. You've already fucked it up. Like you've already fucked it up. It's already out there. It's your bias is already out there. And was the bias needed? And it's one of the reasons why, like I said before, journalism in regards to Kotaku and IGN are looked at as being bottom of the fucking barrel. Same steaming pile of shit. It's just Kotaku is that hot, warm shit sitting at the top that's in the sun, and IGN is that cool shit that's already touching the grass in the fucking shade. That's all it is. That's all it is. Well, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think that we've entered an era where even the hint of a slightly sexualized woman is enough to make some people go absolutely fucking stupid and feral for all of the wrong reasons, while overly sexualized and hypersexualized men float under their radar or are absolutely fucking applauded because having something negative to say about a hot woman gives them more clicks and more what's his name? What am I looking for? What am I looking for here? I'm looking for a word. I'm looking for a word for more people coming through their channel, clicking on their article. It's a word that's fucking escaping me, but you know what that fucking word is. That word. That having something negative to say about a hot woman and using certain words and terms that they know are going to piss people off. Traffic. That's the word, is going to increase the amount of internet traffic and clicks that they get on their article because they don't care whether or not what they're writing about is positive or negative. It's designed to bait you and draw you in. Are you sick and tired of these shit bait articles from IGN and Kotaku? Comment below, let me know, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.